All right, guys, what is going on? A quick update here on the developments overnight with interest rates. And now we've also had news of China-US talks. They have come to an end. Trump is on his way back to the US. Interestingly enough, talking about that, Trump hasn't had a press conference yet. Usually after these meetings, he does a press conference straight away and he discusses what was discussed within that meeting and kind of gives hints on what is to come. But he hasn't done that. He hopped straight back on the plane and he's headed back to the US. So what's happened overnight? They've cut the rates from 4.25 to 4%, which was expected. In my opinion, that was priced in, which is why we saw, gold continue that sell-off when the rate cuts came out. We had that spike down and price continued the sell-off here, which again was expected. I did that analysis in one of my videos right here on Instagram, if you want to go and watch that. And now recently we've had this spike up in the market here coming into the pre-London session. On news that I guess some remarks made by Trump here, talking about that tariffs on China will be down to 47% from 57%. And in my opinion, this is still very high. I think expectations were that tariffs were going to be much lower after this meeting, after some sort of deal was concluded. But it seems that tariffs down to 47% is still relatively high in my opinion. So that's why on the as that news came out, let me just turn this off here. As that news came out, we saw this spike up in gold. Now, as you guys know from my videos, from my story, you will know that my targets for gold at the moment are still around the 3846 level, 3846. I'm still expecting that. We did spike up into some higher time frame discount right here, which you can see gold has currently rejected, and we're making that move back to the downside. So I'm still looking to see some sort of sell-off. There's still a lot of news coming out right now, especially even with this deal. It was very positive. The tone of this meeting and is that they're going to come to some sort of agreement, and a very good deal will be concluded from this. And China already saying that they've bought 180,000 tons of US soybeans. So it's all very positive. However, that little tariff right there, 47% tariff, is still, in my opinion, not a good look yet. So with interest rate cuts, quantitative tightening, as well as all these deals with Japan, Malaysia, now China, Australia, and many other countries, India as well, perhaps incoming, it's still very bullish for the US dollar for me, creating that kind of risk on sentiment. But let's see how how Donald Trump addresses this once he gets back to the